Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. We're going to begin with an item from your tax dollars at work department. You are not going to believe this. The U.S. Treasury last week announced the latest recipients of what they call the Capital Project Fund. Sounds good. This past week, they sent a combined $354.9 million to the state of Arizona. Yes, I love that. I'm from Arizona. I live in Arizona, Tennessee, and Wyoming. This is great. It's going to bring internet access to rural and underserved areas using fiber cables. How profound. In Arizona, 127,000 households and businesses. They're going to invest $99.4 million. So that's $800 a person to get them internet access. In Tennessee, they were approved to receive $185 million for, they call a high-speed internet infrastructure, cables, which the state estimates will connect 50,000 people. That's at a cost of $3,700 per person. But wait, there's Wyoming. Remember, big state Wyoming, $70.5 million, which they say will connect 11,700 households to the tune of $6,025 per household to get them internet access. I think that's fabulous. Everybody should have an internet connection. But hasn't anyone there in Washington heard of Starlink that the government has already given hundreds of millions of dollars for? I mean, we're getting like high-speed internet access to users around the world using a constellation of low Earth orbit satellites? We're not cable people anymore. We don't need this. Let's start using the satellites. Let's do that. Wow, you know what we should do to all these people who soak up government money and they don't work for it? You know what we should do with them? Kick them out of office. That's what we should do. Would somebody please tell everybody in washington about Starlink? If you're listening and you have any inclination, any ties to anybody in Washington, just say, hey, listen, we don't need the cables. We just need the satellite. Just need to use the satellites that we're already paying for. Just don't get it. Hey, listen, I'm Kim Commando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. It's the nation's largest, most trusted source for all things digital. And you're about ready to get more tech smarts because every single thing is a tech thing. And you can find us on over 425 top stations throughout the United States. And as I like to say, I'm always streaming in your favorite radio app, and you can get us as a podcast, as a webcast, 24/7, 3 months worth of archives over at getkim.com, where you also get a free 30-day trial. We got discounts for seniors, service personnel, teachers, active military, and vets, who, by the way, you can listen to us on the American Forces Network Radio. Our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. And if you're just, too shy, you can't get to a phone, you can always drop me your question over on the website. That's commando.com. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says Email Kim. All right, every single day, 7 days a week, I drop by a slew of websites. This way I'm always up to date on all things digital, and I can make sure that you're up to date on all things digital. Now, this is part of the show where when you see a number in the headline, you're like, what does that number really mean? And so I've got 5 numbers I'm going to pass along. We're going to start with number 1, and that number is 69%. 69% don't want subscriptions. Subscriptions for what? Well, first, I want you to go back to your very first car, getting your driver's license. You were like so excited, couldn't wait to do it, right? And what was your first car, by the way? Mine was a Pontiac Sunbird. Ooh, it was bad. It was a bad car. But, we all have humble beginnings. Anyway, Gen Zers, they're not interested in buying cars or interested in driving. And they're getting their driver's licenses much later than any other previous generation. Which this is kind of like car makers going, what's going on? So they're not buying cars. How else can we make money? Well, I've got an idea. Let's put subscriptions on the cars. Yes. Okay. Mercedes-Benz, you're not going to believe this. They're charging $1,200 a year to drive 1 second faster. 1 second. That's it. And that's in their E-Key lines of the EVs. Audi has their functions on demand. So you can purchase subscriptions to parking assistance, and even that your smartphone can work with the display. That's $849 a year, by the way. BMW, $18 a month for heated seats. In a survey from Autolist, that's 69% of folks, they don't want to pay for a subscription if we're anything in their car. But Gen Z as well, because, this is how they were growing up. And I thought about this. If Apple and Kia were to make a car together, we're always talking about Apple cars. They're always saying, like, next year the Apple car, next year the Apple car is going to be here. But if Apple and Kia were to make a car together, what would its name be? You ready? Think about that. IKEA. Yes. All right. Let's go to number 2. 74% of us have had problems with a product or a service. It was over in the Wall Street Journal this past week. They say that people are now seeking revenge, and the people seeking revenge are on the way up. Well, I don't know if it's really revenge that we want when we don't get good customer service. We really want what they said we would get. So I want to pass along a trick that my mother taught me many years ago, and it has worked every single time. So let's say that you're flying Delta Airlines, and you get on, and the flight attendants are bad, and the plane's dirty, and they're passing out the meals, and you say, "What's my choice?" And they say yes or no. Just kind of like meanies type stuff. So what you do is you go to their website and you find like this happy PR quote, like this one: "You deserve to feel at home, even when you're on the move, to be welcomed, even before you reach your destination. Delta's proud." Okay, you pull that off of their website, that exact quote. And then you go onto social media, you paste that up, and you say, "I'm not feeling that." And then you give them some little tidbits about your experience, not too much, because remember, it's a public forum. And then that's normally when somebody's going to reach back and go, "Ooh, yes, we were sorry, and here's what we can do for you." Number 3 is pretty amazing, 17 hours. Wow. A few months ago, something huge went down in the skies above Edwards Air Force Base in Kern County, California. We're talking about a jet that looked like an F-16 flying without a pilot for 17 hours straight. The Air Force just confirmed this. Now, the autopilot's, pretty normal on even private and commercial flights, but now we have AI, and they are actually controlling the plane. Here's the deal. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a ton of AI-powered combat machines in the future. Think about this. There's always going to be issues, technical problems, glitches, communication issues. What if it's completely pilotless? Of course, those combat decisions are going to be made offline someplace else. I'm just saying, like, offline, I'm just saying not in the plane. But speaking of the skies, here we are in 2023. I'll tell you one thing. This year is a bad year to be a hot air balloon pilot without a radio. That's for sure. You don't want that job. All right, coming in at number 4, $1.37 billion. Wow, this is great. $1.37 billion. That's how much in sales the site Bring a Trailer brought in last year. It's amazing. I love success stories. Now, if you haven't heard or checked out Bring a Trailer, you will after I tell you this whole story. It's a classic car listing site. I may drop by there myself at least a couple of times a week just to see what it is. And of course, I'm on their email list. Now, if you're a gearhead like me, it's all about cars. And it started with this guy, Randy Nunnenberg, and his buddy just talking about classic cars on a blog. Next thing you know, they have a following. And then people are saying, "Hey, can we list our car for sale on your blog?" And Randy's like, "Sure, why not?" Well, fast forward to today, they just sold their 100,000 cars. And it was a 1973 Datsun 240Z. Guess how much that car was? And you're going to be mad that you sold yours, $124,000. So what sets Bring a Trailer apart from, say, Barrett-Jackson? Well, the listing stays on there forever. It's like a Facebook for classic cars. And the info on the car is super simple, just the specs, no flowery language, tons of pictures, and that's what you get, straightforward. And last, this coming in at number 5, $10,000. Woo, sign me up, baby. The requirements are, number 1, you have to want to travel around the world for this job. Number 2, you have to really love staying in expensive and fancy houses. In your salary, you get a $7,500 credit for traveling, and you get $10,000 for the month. Okay. So it does have a title. You're the resident TikTok content creator for Blue Ground, which is a rental company. So some of the places you get to go, I looked at this, Madrid, Miami, Chicago, New York, Dubai, and more. Now, in those places, it's just a beautiful knockout home. Now, the job doesn't last forever. It's only 3 months, and you are able to work hybrid, obviously, because you're traveling all around. Now, to apply, you have to show them that you have excellent TikTok videos, and you have to know the basics of social media. And there's going to be a lot of competition, so bring your A game, that's for sure. And I was going to tell you a joke about traveling. Actually, it was a time traveling joke, but you didn't laugh. Thank you very much. All right, coming up in this hour, we have some great tips about if you're trying to put together some lists for some events, some great apps that you can use. I have some unique ways to use some smart plugs. Oh, we have 3 tricks to see if your passwords are being sold right now on the dark web. And then later on this hour, how to avoid sneaky subscription fees. And of course, we have all of your great phone calls. And you have me, Kim Komando. This portion of the show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, but it's one of the most important and rewarding journeys you can make. The world around us is changing fast, and sometimes it can feel hard to adapt. But by getting to know your core values, strengths, and weaknesses, you can make better decisions no matter what life throws your way. And with BetterHelp, it's easier than ever to connect with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery. That's because it's entirely online and designed to be convenient and flexible. Learn positive coping skills and how to set boundaries, all on your schedule. It's easy to take the first step. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists at any time at no charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Kim today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/Kim. That's betterhelp.com/Kim. Hey, our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. I'd love to hear from you. And let me tell you, some big news is coming down here in the whole Kim Komando Radio Ranch is that we're rolling out some new newsletters, and they're going to have less ads and more content. You're going to love them. So you can join over 400,000 people who trust us for their great tech advice. And head over to komando.com/subscribe. That's komando.com/subscribe. All right, Karen, let's start with you in Princeton, New Jersey.
Yeah, so I am starting up a strategy and operations consulting company. I'm going to start out as an independent consultant, and I'm going to look with plans to grow. And I was looking for some advice from you, just, on getting started with a website, in terms of, where to host it and how to create it. I also want to make sure I have professional email and, a place for my prospects to contact me. So I was looking for some advice on that.
So, number one, congratulations on entering the world of entrepreneurship. It's
Thank you so much.
It's a lot of work, but I think you're ready for it. I can tell. I say, starting a company and running a company for over 20 years without debt and without investors, it has been, I think, my doctorate in business over the years. But it's a lot of fun. So what we don't want to do is bog you down with creating a website, right? We don't want to do that. So what you want to do is use a site like, say, Wix or Squarespace. So this way you can just drag and drop a website. And then they also have other features, like you said, customize email, forms, blogs. And what's nice about these is that they have templates to choose from. And so you can choose your line of work, like you said, consultant, independent consultant. And then we have a place for you to list your credentials, put up your pretty picture and all that other good stuff. And then also there's Squarespace. Squarespace pretty much does the same thing. But the reason why I like Wix and Squarespace is because they have something else that you don't have to build from scratch, is that they have integrated appointment booking systems. So there's a dedicated app called Wix Bookings, which allows you to allows your clients to go online, make an appointment, because you'll say, these are the times that I'm available. They can pick their own time. So there's none of this going back and forth by email. Does 10 work for you? Is that Eastern or Pacific? Oh, no. I just remembered that I have to take the dog to the kennel or whatever it is. And then you're like, then you start again. How about 2 p.m.? How about, you know what I'm talking about. So frustrating. Yeah. So now the clients can book their own appointments online, but get this, they can pay online too. Love that, right?
Yeah.
And so does Squarespace. So you can have Wix or Squarespace. Wix, in my opinion, has more professional looking templates for what you're doing. For me, Squarespace has always been the site where I'm going to send somebody who's a photographer or a
Okay.
model or somebody like that who really wants an artsy fartsy type of site instead of just saying, these are the facts. Now, next, you're going to do email marketing because that's a really important part. And there you're going to look at either MailChimp or Constant Contact. When you're just getting started, MailChimp is good. So this way you can tell people about your new website. You've got a new service. You're offering, a BOGO. No, we're never going to offer a BOGO. That's bad. That's bad karma. We don't offer BOGOs. But with email marketing, you can put some statistics in front of people to say, here's what's happening in my industry, and here are some problems that we've solved, and here are some testimonials. Which, by the way, testimonials are always really good to put on a website too. So check out Wix and Squarespace. Is that enough to point you in a direction?
Yeah, I think so. With like MailChimp or Constant Contact, is the ability to create a newsletter and send that out on a regular basis part of it, or is the newsletter creation something separate?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and that's the thing, is to keep your name and your business in front of a lot of people. And email marketing is so effective. I mean, it's really truly amazing, the business that can be generated from that. And if you're not already doing email marketing with your business, no matter what size the business is, it's something that you really want to get into. MailChimp versus Constant Contact. I find the templates better at Constant Contact. I think they're easier to work with. But Constant Contact will cost you anywhere between $19 and $50 a month, which if you're just starting out, they do have a free plan and they constantly upsell you. So either one, word to the wise, do not give them your cell phone number because they will call. That's right. Both of them call and try to upsell you. So if you have to give them a phone number to sign up for any of this stuff, make sure that you, get a Google Voice number. It's free, or give them a landline number that may be at a physical office, but don't give them your cell phone number because they will spam you. They will. And Karen, if you need any other help along the way, just give me a call. Hey, Karen, good luck with your business. And remember, I'm always, always here to help you out. All right, let's talk about how you can share grocery lists for events. This is always a big pain in the neck. Now, many note-taking apps like Google Keep, Microsoft OneNote, and Evernote, they let you create shared notes that can be accessed and edited by multiple people. You just create a new note for your shopping list, and then you share it with everybody that you want to collaborate with. And there's another way. There's a dedicated shopping list app. Of course, there's a dedicated shopping list app. And this is information that's really good if you are doing something with your church, a family reunion, or just a birthday party. Now, there are so many shopping list apps available on both the iPhone and Google Play Store that allow for shared lists. But let me tell you about the ones that I like. AnyList, Out of Milk, and Our Groceries. You just make a new list within the app and invite others to join. And best of all, these apps also remind the people the day before an event what they're supposed to bring. Love that. Hey, listen, we got more of the show coming up, so stay right where you are. Do you know how much your subscriptions are costing you every single month? Most people underestimate how much they're spending, thinking that it's only around $80 a month, but they're actually spending closer to $200 a month on subscription costs. If you don't know exactly how much you're spending every single month, you need to check out Rocket Money. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills, all in one place. Quickly find and identify your subscriptions, and you can cancel with just a click. Like that streaming service you bought just to watch that one show, or maybe that free trial you never even used. Rocket Money makes it so easy to stop paying for the services you just don't need. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim, rocketmoney.com/Kim. All right, maybe you're sitting there saying, I wonder what a smart plug is really good for other than just turning on and off my lights. Well, let me give you some clever uses. Like, for example, you can attach one to your coffee maker. So you just set your smart plug to turn on your coffee maker before you wake up every morning, and then you have fresh coffee just waiting for you. You can create a smart aquarium. You can use a smart plug to automate lighting, heating, and filtration systems. And then you can use voice commands to control it with Alexa or a Google Assistant. You can use it to manage your home security, like those lamps, and maybe turn on the TV when you're not there. You can create a smart garden. That's right. You can automate your watering system for your indoor or outdoor plants. And then you can also use a smart plug to control your grow lights. Wow, isn't that great? And finally, what about a smart pet feeder? Yes, use a smart plug to control your pet feeder. And this way you can schedule feedings, control portion sizes, and good like that. And so if you're ever wondering what you can use a smart plug for, there's just a ton of great uses. All right, coming up in just a few minutes, 3 tricks to see if your passwords are being sold on the dark web. And then later on, some tricks on how to avoid these sneaky subscription fees in the app stores. And let's see, we go back to the phones right now with Mike in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Hello, Kim. It's such a pleasure to speak with you.
Well, thank you. What's going on?
Well, I am getting ready to launch out on the adventure of a lifetime, which is a through hike of the Appalachian Trail.
Whoa, wait, that's awesome. That is so amazing. That's so great. And it's over, what is it? Is it 2,100 miles, 2,200 miles?
You are very close. It's 2,198.
Okay, and then now how long is that going to take you?
I don't know for sure, but the typical is 5 to 7 months. And I'm an older guy, so it's, I'm probably going to be closer to the 7-month range.
That's something that is on my bucket list. I don't know when I'll ever have the time to do it, but I just think that would be so amazing. So how are you training for it?
Well, in a sense, I've been training for the last 30 years. I've been an avid hiker for a long, long time, but I get out there almost every day. I've got my full pack loaded up, just like I was out there backpacking on the trail, and I hike 5 days a week. One of those days, my day off work, I do a longer hike. So, I feel about as ready as I can be. And
how many pounds is the backpack?
Mine, what they call your base weight, which is your weight, the weight of the pack minus food and water. The base weight is about 21 pounds, which is pretty close to ultra light. With everything loaded up, it's around 30 pounds.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great. You know what? I want you to, are you going to be on social when you're doing this?
I am, yeah. I'm going to have a Trail Journals site and then also on Facebook.
Oh, you know what? Before you leave today, sir, I want you to make sure that you give Maddie, our call screener today, those links, because I am totally going to follow you. I really am. This is going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun.
Thanks. I'm not quite ready with the Trail Journals, but I'll email it to you. Can I do that?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Okay. So how can I help you on your trip? What's going on?
Well, so I've got a pretty good Android. I've got a Galaxy phone, but I don't want to use it to take a lot of photos because it's going to run the battery down. I don't want to keep it powered up all the time. That phone is a lifeline. I need it for navigation, to call shuttles, to check trail conditions, etc.
Sure.
And yet I definitely want to document my journey with photos, and I want to be able to share them on social media. So I'm trying to find a lightweight phone that has some type of capability. I don't know what it would be. I'm not real techie, so I don't know if it would be Bluetooth or what, to get those photos either directly onto a social media site or into my phone where I could then put them on social media.
Okay, so you said a smartphone. Do you mean a camera? You're looking for a camera?
Oh, did I say a smartphone? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I have a smartphone. Okay. Yes, I'm looking for a camera.
Okay. All right. Okay, so here's what you want to get, and I'm going to send you a link to this. Okay. Maddie's going to send you a link. Okay. You really only have one choice. I wish you had 8 choices so I could give you the pros and cons, but you only need one. I want you to get a GoPro Hero 8, okay? It has
Hero 8. Okay.
Yes, it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you can transfer all of the photos and videos to your phone using the GoPro app. So this way you can share this whole amazing adventure with all your family members and friends. It also has stabilization, so this way as you're moving quickly or hiking and on uneven terrain, that it's not going to be jumping all around. And they sell it as a package. And so I'd like you to get the package because with the package, you get a head strap. GoPro is just this little tiny box. So you can put it on your head and it has a 32 gig card. But in the package, it also comes with 2 rechargeable batteries. So when you are at a hostel or whatever, that you can charge the batteries and then you have 2 extra batteries on the side. But the batteries last, 8 hours or some crazy number like that. So you're going to be fine. So get the GoPro Hero 8 and take a look at the bundle. We're going to send you a link to that. And wow, I am so proud of you. That is so amazing. And if you want a Kim Komando Show fanny pack for the trip, you just let me know and I'm happy to send you one. Mike, thank you for your call and best wishes on your adventure. Now, I want you to call me when you get done so we can go through how great it was, okay? We can tell everybody here on the show. Mike, just one more recommendation before you leave us. I want you to also carry a Spot satellite. So this way that your family members and friends can actually track wherever you're located. But in case you ever get into trouble, there's a so important SOS button. You just push that and your exact location is sent to local rescue and responders. And again, it's called a Spot satellite. All right, hackers can make a ton of money by selling your private information in these underground forums, say on the dark web. Now, the dark web is full of non-indexed websites. So you can't just use, say, Google or Bing to get there. And most of us are spending our time on the surface web, which is the website that we can discover by using the search site. So let's talk about some tricks right now to see if your passwords are on the dark web. Well, you probably know about password managers. Some password managers can also monitor the dark web for any type of instances where your passwords are there. So this way you get alerted to take action and protect all of your personal data and your money and your files and good stuff like that. Number 2 on our list, there is a website that can help discover if your passwords are already being sold. It's called Cyber News Checker. It's probably the most extensive data leak checker available. Now, you do need an email address to use it. We've got some tips on how to get there and some sample searches that you might want to do. And finally, you've probably heard of Have I Been Pwned? It's a great way to see if your passwords are also leaked on the dark web. They have over 11 billion stolen records. Wow, isn't that something? So in case you want to check out all these resources, head over to the website, komando.com. And we've got that tip right for you, right on the homepage about how you can see if your data, your passwords are being sold on the dark web. All right, stay right where you are. We have more of your phone calls, great phone calls coming up, as well as, I don't know if you've checked your phone lately, but you might be charged and you might be paying for some subscription fees. And there are some sneaky tricks that these developers are using. I need to pass along, so you want to stay right where you are. This portion of the show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, but it's one of the most important and rewarding journeys you can make. The world around us is changing fast, and sometimes it can feel hard to adapt. But by getting to know your core values, strengths, and weaknesses, you can make better decisions no matter what life throws your way. And with BetterHelp, it's easier than ever to connect with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery. That's because it's entirely online and designed to be convenient and flexible. Learn positive coping skills and how to set boundaries, all on your schedule. It's easy to take the first step. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist. Switch therapists at any time at no charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Kim today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/Kim. That's BetterHelp.com/Kim. All right, Shelley in Gilman, Illinois.
Hi, Kim. I'm happy to be on your show. I listen to you every day and go through your podcasts if I need a refresher.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So my question is, I need to retrieve some Facebook information on my son. I have access to his Facebook account, and he passed away a year ago in January. And
oh, Shelley, I am so sorry. Shelley, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. It's hard.
You know what? I can't imagine how hard that is. I will tell you, it's one of my biggest fears with me as a mom. I'm just because I would just like curl up in a ball and that'd be it.
it's everybody's biggest fear, really, when you think about it, and you just think, oh, it's never going to happen to us. And he was the youngest of 4, and just passed in his sleep. So it was very
Oh my
unexpected.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so his funeral service, and like there was 107 semis in this procession, and the whole, like, everybody that commented, and like all of his pictures and everything. I want to be able to save that somehow, because I mean, if Facebook's really going to start charging a monthly fee, I don't know if I can, pay for his account with him being deceased, but there's got to be a way to get all of the correspondence and, the communication, the posts and comments and stuff. I don't know. I just don't want to lose it.
No, I don't want you to lose it either. Because you've already been through enough, right? We don't need to compound this with any more tragedies.
I mean, we did go back and put, like, this is a memorial page,
sure,
hoping that nobody would hack into the account or anything, but I do have access to it.
Okay, so here's what you're going to do, is you're going to download a copy of all your Facebook data, okay? So you're going to sign into your son's account, and then I have the steps on the website, so we'll send you the steps, but you're going to go into your Facebook account settings, or his Facebook account settings, and there there's a thing that will say download a copy of all your Facebook data. And then in a couple of minutes, or maybe within a day, it depends on how busy all these servers are, is that you're going to get a compressed file, a zip file, containing all the data from the account, including all the photos and all the videos.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're going to be able to do all of that. And you already created the memorial page, which is really wonderful that you've done that. Now, let's talk about Facebook charging, okay? Facebook is going to start charging, and they're calling it Meta Verified, Meta being the owners of Facebook. They're going to charge $12 a month on the web, and then they're going to charge $15 a month if you sign up for it on your iOS device. And the reason why is that Apple always takes 30%. So anytime you look at things that you're paying for online, I want you to keep in the back of your mind, Shelley, that if you do it at that website versus in an app, it's probably going to be cheaper. Okay. So Facebook is not going to be charging for access to Facebook. They're going to be charging for you to get that blue check mark to say that your account has been verified. They're going to charge in case you ever want tech support. Yes, they're going to charge everybody for tech support. So, and that's going to be, again, $12 a month on the website or $15 a month on iOS. Now, what I don't want to do, Shelley, is that you can't get all this information off your son's account, because I still think you should have a copy of it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because let's say it gets hacked, and that would be horrifying. So what I want you to do is I want you to download a copy of your Facebook data. Now, if there are things that you did not get in that download, like you were talking about some of the conversations, there's another tool that we can augment that with that will get those conversations. So take a look at what you download, open the zip file, and then if you need any other help afterwards, okay? Anything that you need.
Now, how would we be able to open those files? Just in a PDF or Word document?
No, it's a zip file, ZIP file. It's a compressed file format. You just double click on it and it will open up. And when you open it up, it'll start having folders of, like, here's all your photos, here's all your videos, here's all your posts. Okay.
Okay.
So you just double click on that and it will just magically appear on your screen. Okay. So.
Okay.
But if you need any help afterwards, okay, I want to give you my personal email address. So if for some reason, I don't know, you didn't get what you needed, or you needed help in figuring all this out, opening that zip file, I just want you to reach out to me, because I want to be here and I want to help you and your family out. And Shelley, thank you so much for being brave enough to come on the show and ask for help. And I'm so thrilled that I'm able to provide that help for you. Shelley, I can't imagine how you must be feeling right now. But please know that you're in my thoughts and prayers. And I just want to tell you again, if there's anything that I can do to help you get your son's memories out of Facebook or anywhere else, please don't hesitate to ask. And again, I want you to make sure that you give Shelley my private email address and Maddie screen the calls today. It doesn't seem like everywhere you turn, somebody's asking you to pay a monthly fee for something. And from Netflix to Amazon Prime to in-app purchases, you're probably paying a slew of different companies a few bucks a month. So what we want to do is clean up all these hidden subscriptions that are eating up your wallet. Now, first of all, how much do you think you are paying every month in subscriptions? Well, here's the deal. Research says people underestimate their subscriptions by an average of $130 a month. Ouch, that's a lot. So to find these fees, first check your Google Play or iPhone subscription management tool. Now for Google, you're going to head to your Android device, go to subscriptions, and then select the ones that you want to cancel. On your iPhone, head to your settings, tap on your picture, and then subscriptions, and cancel any that you're not using. And be sure to look at those names really carefully. I tried an intermittent fasting app at the beginning of the year, and it was listed there as Prime Delivery. So if you're just glancing at it, you'd be like, oh, that must be my Amazon Prime account. But speaking of subscriptions, as you're looking at subscription fees coming for, say, Twitter and Facebook, just keep in mind it's always cheaper to sign up for those social media sites at the website, not through the app, because the app is going to take a certain percentage. So you can always save like maybe $3 to $5 a month by doing it that way. Hey, tell 3 friends about the Kim Komando Show, because knowledge is power. You can find me at Komando.com.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.